Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into something pretty fundamental about language, morphosyntactic alignment.
Right. It sounds technical, but it's basically about how languages organize the roles of nouns in a sentence.
Yeah.
Who's doing what to whom.
Exactly. And our source material, morphosyntactic alignment shifts, suggests something amazing. This core structure, it isn't set in stone.
Yeah, it can actually change over time.
So our mission today is to break down what alignment actually is and then explore how and maybe even why it shifts.
Okay, let's start with the basics then. What is it?
Well, you explained it pretty well. It's the system a language uses to mark the agent, the doer, and the patient, the receiver of an action.
It's the grammar's way of saying, okay, this noun is the one performing the verb, and that noun is the one being affected.
Like in the dog chases the cat, dog's the agent, cat's the patient. Simple enough. Alignment is how the language signals that structure grammatically. But the really fascinating question, for me at least, and probably for you listening, is how can a language completely change that fundamental wiring? How does that work?
That is the big puzzle.
Yeah.
Languages mostly fall into two main camps here: accusative and ergative alignment.
Okay.
Accusative is like English. The subject of a transitive verb, like dog in the dog chased, is treated the same grammatically as the subject of an intransitive verb like dog in the dog barked.
Right. The doer, or be, gets the same kind of grammatical treatment. The receiver, the cat, is the one marked differently.
Exactly. But ergative systems, they do it differently.
How so?
Well, in an ergative language, the subject of that intransitive verb, the dog barked, is treated the same grammatically as the object of the transitive verb, the cat, in the dog chased the cat.
Wait, so the barking dog is treated like the chased cat?
Grammatically speaking, yes. And the agent of the transitive verb, the dog that does the chasing, gets its own special marking. It's a totally different way of looking at the roles.
Wow, okay. That is a fundamental shift. So how does a language, jump from one system to the other? It seems massive.
It is massive.
Yeah.
And it's not like flipping a switch. These shifts seem to happen gradually. It involves complex adjustments all across the grammar.
Like ripples in a pond?
Sort of, yeah. Think dominoes. A small change somewhere might eventually trigger a whole realignment of the system.
So what knocks over that first domino? What starts the process? Internal linguistic reasons, contact with other languages.
That's what researchers are trying to figure out. It's likely a mix of things. Maybe internal factors, like ambiguities popping up in the system making it less efficient, or, very possibly, external factors. Language contact is a big one. If speakers are constantly exposed to a language with a different alignment system.
It could start to rub off, eventually leading to a shift.
Exactly. It could reshape how they process and produce their own language's grammar over time.
Okay, language contact, always a powerful force. So how do we actually see this alignment? It's not obvious on the surface.
You see it in the nitty-gritty of the grammar. Things like verb agreement, how the verb changes form based on who the subject or object is.
Ah, okay.
And also in case marking, that's when the noun itself changes its form depending on its job, subject, object, etc.
Got it. And the source mentions this can even happen synchronically, like within a single dialect shifting now.
Yeah, which just shows how dynamic language is. It's always subtly changing, even at these really deep levels.
And what about this split ergativity thing? Languages aren't always purely one or the other.
Right. That's another fascinating layer. Many languages mix and match. They might use ergative alignment in, say, the past tense, but accusative alignment in the present tense.
Huh. Why would they do that?
It often depends on factors like tense or aspect, like whether an action is completed or ongoing, or even the type of noun involved. It's like the language has different settings for different situations.
So not strictly black and white. And we know this actually happens, historically speaking.
Oh, absolutely. Historical linguistics gives us clear evidence of languages shifting their alignment systems over the centuries.
Yeah.
It's a documented thing.
And I guess changing something so fundamental must affect everything else, right? Like sentence structure.
Definitely. Alignment is tangled up with so many other parts of the grammar. Shifting it can really shake up how sentences are built overall.
It's just amazing how kids manage to learn these complex systems, especially the split ones.
It truly is. It speaks volumes about our brain's capacity for language, for picking up these incredibly intricate patterns without explicit teaching.
So wrapping up this deep dive, the key takeaway is that this core feature, morphosyntactic alignment, isn't fixed. It's dynamic, it can shift, driven by various pressures.
Precisely. And it leaves us with a really big question to ponder, doesn't it?
Which is?
Well, If something as deep-seated as sentence structure can change, what does that tell us about human communication itself, about the underlying forces that are constantly shaping language across time and cultures?
Hmm. Something profound about flexibility, maybe? A lot to think about. Thanks for exploring that with us.